Alright, another day in quarantine, another Netflix series to get started on. Beastars. Looks like Zootopia. Let's check it out.
That was the moment I discovered the small rabbit and my instincts.
"12 episodes later. That's it. I figured out my next cosplay. Hello. So since we're in quarantine, I've been catching up on a couple of shows on Netflix, and I came across their series called Beastars, and I was very intrigued. At first when I saw it, I thought, this looks like Zootopia. Then I watched it and I realized, this isn't meant for kids. But I immediately fell in love with the characters and I fell in love with the story, and I want more. I thought it was a great show. So, my first immediate thought after watching the show was, I am going to cosplay this character. I mentioned Zootopia. I loved that movie, and after that movie came out and I watched it in theaters, I started gathering things and created a Judy Hopps cosplay, and often I would update that costume. Now I want to make a Haru costume. And since we're in quarantine, I can't actually go out to a store like Michael's and buy the specific items that I know I can find there easily. So instead, what I'm going to do is I ordered 2 pieces of the costume online, which is Haru's shirt and skirt, because I'm not a seamstress, I can't make these things. But the other parts of the costume I'm going to make. So I plan on making Haru's ears and tail, and the skirt that I ordered doesn't have the trim that hers does in the show. So I'll be attaching that, hopefully it works, to the skirt that I ordered. And I recently just got the shirt and skirt that I ordered from this website called Beautiful Halo. I'll put the link here and maybe in the description below. And this is Lulu. She wanted to say hi, and now she doesn't want to be on camera. What was I saying? Right, so since we're in quarantine, I can't actually go out to a store and buy the supplies I need to make the ears and the tail and whatever. So as a cosplayer and someone who's a little crafty, I collect a lot of art supplies and craft items. It's like I'm a hoarder, and I just have a whole closet full of these different items. So I'm going to rummage through that closet and see if I can find the materials without having to pay for anything. So if this works out, I wouldn't have spent more than what I spent on the shirt and skirt for this costume, which is always a win. Anyway, well, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope I find the right items, and I hope it works out. So stay tuned for some of that. Bye. So this is the craft closet, full of lots of old and prior arts and craft ideas and creations. So I am going to be looking for ribbon, I am going to be looking for fur, I'm going to be looking for fluff, and some other adhesives, possibly, in this closet that you see behind me. much everything that I need for this costume. I guess we can get started now. Ooh, I could use this. I guess that's everything. Okay. Getting started with this fluff butt tail, I have my fluff. I got some safety pins, glue, paper to glue on, and a bunch of fabric. So I am going to grab my scissors, which I keep forgetting things. Okay. So far, and I am going to wash my hands. And remember all that talk I said about I want to use this glue because I have it, why not? I'm gonna get my hot glue instead because that's actually a lot easier, and I know it dries a lot faster than waiting for this stuff to finish drying. So I need to go wash these hands and get my hot glue. Camera, but I keep realizing that I'm off camera, so here we go. Butt fluff. I'm just gonna go for it because I have no idea what I'm doing. So it took me one failed attempt and a couple burnt fingers. Hot still. But I think I made a pretty cute fluff that I will fix the fluff. So I am going to continue working on this now. tail came out better than I expected. I even added a little safety pin to it. And this fabric doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. So I'm pretty impressed, and ow, that's an open safety pin. And I'm kind of proud of how it came out. My cute little fluff butt. Alright, so now I'm going to try working on the ears. Now I am making the ears, and I like this length, so I'm going to grab a pencil. I'm actually going to sketch and see how I want these ears to look. You can see that from there, but I'm going to hold this up. The shape's but these might work for Haru's ears. So I am going to try and attempt to make that. So which ear looks best? According to the camera, this one has a unique shape. This one, I like the other one better. Ironed. I'm gonna go iron this real quick and I'll be right back. I'm back and I ironed this so it's not as wrinkled. So let's continue this endeavor. So what I am going to do is I am going to glue this fabric to the ear, and then when that's dry I'm going to cut it off and glue it to the other side. And then once that's done gluing, I am going to take the other fabric and glue it to the opposite side and make the bunny ear. Actually, can I use the scrap paper? Is this long enough? now I am going to put the fur on the opposite side. Is about to die, so I'm gonna try to finish this off camera and I will see you later. Hi, I'm back. Alright, so while my camera was charging, I finished the bunny ears and they don't look too terrible. Alright, so now here's my headband, and I just happened to find a nice white headband that was very thin, so it would easily hide. Now I just gotta figure out... Yeah, so I gotta figure out at what point I can make it go pointy, or I can make it go slightly to the side. So I'm gonna figure that out now. Alright, so at some point the camera turned off, but I slit open and cut the inside of the ears, and I had the fabric split and I glued the bottom of the ear. I glued the bottom of the ear on the headband, and then I wrapped the fabric around and I smothered it in hot glue. So now it's still a little wobbly, but it's not as bad as it was before. So progress, although I think that the ears, I put them on crooked. Either way, it's not the end of the world. I can always just adjust it on my head. However, oh, it's pretty bad. Whatever. Alright, so these are the ears. Yay! Hello! Surprise cost test! So I realized that the video was running very long with just me finding the materials, my skit in the beginning, making the tail and the ears all together. So I'm just going to end it here. So the tail came out perfect, if I can show that off on camera. Tail came out perfect. The ears I actually fixed because they were crooked last you saw. I fixed them. They're not crooked, but I have noticed that this one is a little wobbly, so I will be reinforcing that later. And this is essentially my cosplay. The skirt was incredibly large. The sizing chart was not accurate to the sizing that I ordered and whatever. So I just did a little adjustment with some help from my mom. And I did not attach the blue ribbon yet. This is going to be a challenge on its own. And that's pretty much it. This is also a work in progress. I did not iron this, I did not cut it, I just threw this on, and I'm looking at him like it's incredibly wrinkled and very long. But for now, it'll do. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy Beastars and give it a chance. And yeah, stay tuned for the next one. Bye!